Well, it's that time of week again where we head down to DNA Paints and I do a custom painting video. I keep putting my indicator on and this person beside me is probably thinking, what the hell is he doing? Anyway, so I've got two colors I want to paint in this video. I've got blood red candy, which is applied over silver flare, and I've got a color shift pearl, which is normally meant to go over black. Now, there's a shape at work which has been painted the color shift pearl over green. So it's a totally different color once it's painted, and I'm gonna actually paint one of my rifle stocks in it and a guard for a video. And I thought, why not bring you guys along this week and we'll paint those two colors. This guy has literally just pulled right out in front of me, you complete wanker. Welcome to the spray booth, guys. So on this video, I'm gonna paint two guards and a rifle stock. So for this guard, I'll be painting the blood red candy, and on this guard, we're gonna paint the color shift pearl over gangrene green, and there's the rifle stock. So I'll probably just start mixing up some colors. We'll give these guards a prep sole, and we'll make a couple of videos for DNA Paints, and we'll make one for you guys as well. So with that being said, let's jump into it right now. Alright, so all the panels in the booth are nice and clean. It's time to now mix up some HS Servicer primer that will basically be used as a servicer or a wet on wet primer. I'll put a couple of coats of that over both the guards and the rifle stock, and we'll start applying our colors. So I usually like to leave the primer for about 15 minutes. That allows it to basically flash right off. So if I need to do any masking or anything like fine line tape masking or anything like that on the panels, 15 minutes is more than enough to allow that tape to stick to the surface without pulling it back off again. So So when painting candies, it's always good not to use the 190 micron filters or 165 micron filters. It's always good to use the plastic candy filters. These will actually filter the candies really good and get rid of any seeding which has happened in that candy. So yeah, a bit of a pro tip to keep your candy jobs nice and clean. Alright, so I just thought I'd throw this little piece of information in. When painting candies, not candy base coats, when you're painting actual candies, you want to paint like a robot. Nice straight lines. Think of yourself like you're drawing lines all down the panel. Nice straight lines. That's how you paint. So when you're painting a full respray, you literally walk from the headlight down to the tail light, up and back, up and back, up and back, and try and paint the whole car without having panels off. So the thing with candies is that because it's so like transparent, as a example to explain what a candy is like, imagine food coloring, or imagine your cordial, your concentrated cordial. That's pretty much what it's like. So if you put a coat of candy more so in one area than the other, you're gonna see it. You gotta put it on dead even. If it's not even, you're gonna have train tracks all the way down the panel. That's why if you can get it in your head that you paint dead straight lines, don't paint around curves and stuff, just paint it straight and you won't have any dramas with candies. Candy base coats, you can paint that with the eyes closed and you won't have any dramas whatsoever. All right, well there's our 4 coats of candy. Now it's time to mix up some clear coat. Wait for that candy to flash off now for about 15 minutes. I really like to let all the solvents and that gas out of the candy before applying the clear coat. I find that you can get a much better finish if you let it gas out for a good 20 minutes, 15 minutes, around there. So in regards to the clear coat, I'm going to use the Custom Clear 4:1, no reducer. I'm going to use the 1.2 Welcome 360 lights. I'm going to wind my fluid out 3.5 turns, wind that fan all the way open, and paint it at about 2 bar of air pressure. So I find that I can get a pretty nice finish with the Custom Clear. The Diamond Clear, I was going to leave this for another video, the differences, but I'll throw a little bit of information in right now. So the Diamond Clear is a high solid clear coat. Generally 2 coats is enough to get a good amount of build and have a high gloss flat finish. Now that's normally typically used for a lot of like resprays and stuff like that, where if you want to fully sand down the clear coat and buff it up, you can. There's going to be lots of build there, or if you want to just leave it, you can as well. Now the Custom Clear, in my opinion, is more of a flow coating clear. I find that you can really hammer it on and get it really flat, but it's like water. Now you do use a medium, or I use a medium FX hardener, and I find that at 2 bar air pressure, fan all the way open, usual like gun like distance, I can usually get it on pretty good. However, being that it is very thin, I do recommend you applying 3 coats of clear opposed to 2 coats with the Diamond. That way you get enough build and it does flow out a little bit better, I find. 3 coats is the soft spot with the Diamond, with the Custom Clear. Anyway, we'll mix that up now. We'll jump back in the booth and we'll put 3 coats of Custom Clear over that guard. Alright, well there's the candy done. It's time to jump on to the other guard now and do the rifle stock as well. Alright, so I've put down my 3.5 coats of my gangrene over the white. I'll let that flash off now for about 15 minutes. Once it's flashed off, I'm going to start applying our Colour Shift Pearl. Now, in regards to application of the Colour Shift Pearls, you can paint panels off the car, providing you are painting the same way every single time. Now, to do that does take a lot of years of experience. A lot of painters will still prefer to paint a Colour Shift Pearl on a full respray as a complete car, and look, I've done it. I've painted a VE Maloo probably 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. I'll put a picture up on the screen now. So I actually painted that complete. I painted the door jambs first, bolted everything on, then painted the outside. The only part that I did paint off, and there was 2 parts, actually 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts. I'll just say 5 parts. So I painted the side skirts, the front and rear bar, and the hard lid off the car. When we bolted everything back on, we had no colour differences whatsoever. The colour flipped and changed exactly the same as the guards and the quarters, and everything was alright, everything was fine. So look, you can paint them apart, but yeah, it's all down to, I guess, user experience, painter experience at the end of the day. But yeah, so anyway, let's start applying this Colour Shift Pearl over that guard. Alright, well there's the Colour Shift Pearl down. We got 3.5 coats over the gangrene. It's time to mix up some more custom clear and put it over that rifle stock and over that guard. Well guys, that pretty much sums up this video. Press subscribe if you haven't, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.